this will be our starting point, where we have Mercury is finally direct. You can tell it's direct within this platform because it's not the color red like these other retrograde planets. So as I was talking about a couple weeks ago, when Mercury went retrograde. Retrogrades are the illusion of a planet going backwards from the perspective of Earth. It's not actually going backwards, it's just an illusion, and it has this weird like pull at us. And so I'm curious to know what people's craziest like technology thing that happened. I know one live stream didn't even work. It wouldn't even let me. My camera kept glitching out. Wouldn't even work. Power went out last week. My favorite thing that happened with this Mercury retrograde, by favorite I mean it sucked, was I was leaving to go visit somebody and the power was out at 4 a.m. and I still needed to shower and like get ready and leave. So I had to use like candles. Thanks for the roses. Also, thank you guys for the likes. I appreciate it. So that was my funnest Mercury retrograde moment. Yeah, everything seems glitchy. I know people have had internet issues, or just like my bonus dad, one of his flights got delayed like 3 hours from going places. So anyways, Mercury goes direct tomorrow. And specifically, let's check the time tomorrow. It is actually really, really early in the morning. It's like 1 a.m. So thank goodness. So Mercury moving direct, that is, we will have what is called the post-retrograde shadow. And so what that means, let me draw it out for those of you on Twitch. Again, if you're not on my Twitch, come join me. All my stuff's linked in my bio. So if you're like wondering where to find me or to sign up to my newsletter, do that. You're feeling, yeah. So the retrograde, so post-retrograde shadow is, so Mercury was at, I believe, was it 18 degrees? Kind of where the sun is. So Mercury was moving forward, made it about midway through Leo, and then went retrograde back here to 4 degrees of Leo. And now the post shadow means it's going to go direct over that pathway that it retrograded on. So think of it like this. I'm a teacher, so I want to give you guys tangible analogies for this. If you're on a hike and you realize that you forgot your snack, so you walked forward and then you had to go back and then walking forward again. So it's like that same path. So it's going to be familiar territory. There's just more clarity on the direction that you're going instead of like returning to go figure something out. So you're moving forward, but still there's going to be like, oh, I remember this tree. Oh, I remember like that rock. Looks different from this angle now. Looks different from this perspective. Yeah. Is that clicking for you, Harmony? Is that like analogy hitting? That I try to give you guys like tangible things so it makes sense. Yeah. That's the thing. So when it goes direct, it's like, huh. Like, I remember, like, even with the retrograde, you're like, oh, this is familiar, like, but you're looking at things from a different perspective. And so going back, it's like, oh, I remember this. This is like, I've been here before, sort of thing. Is that, where are you? Is this, Sanjin? Or I don't know what to call you. Yeah, resonates. Sweet. So that's happening. So Mercury's been in Leo, retrograde in Leo, and is ruling over this Uranus and Gemini. So there's been a lot of connection to the higher mind too. Yeah, rehashing past energy, just sort of really connecting. And it's like things are going to start making sense this week. Thank God. This week is about to like make sense. It's like everything that's happened the last 3 weeks and the weird, like, crunchy turmoil moving through weird pieces, it's going to start making sense. It's going to be like, oh, breath of fresh air. actually, we've been at ground zero. That Leo new moon that we had kind of brought us down. This Aquarius full moon brought us to this like mental peak, is what it felt like. It was a lots of like mental, like higher mind, upper chakra kind of energy. And now we're being able to like kind of move forward with this energy. Lots more clarity. And when I say clarity, it's like just being able to see things fully, see the full picture, right? And like make a game plan and go forward. So this feels really nice. Sometimes clarity is like seeing things for like what it truly is, like things instead of at like face value. You're gonna see things more deeply because you've walked this path multiple times now, so it feels good. Let's see, welcome. Yeah, so this is nice. And again, when Mercury, where Mercury is right now is at 4 degrees, and so there is this opposition to Pluto, so there's this kind of push and pull of like our communication versus like this deep vision that we've been kind of establishing for ourselves. And so now it's kind of like finding the words again. It might have felt really mushy of like, how do I have this higher vision, but like I don't even have the tools to communicate what that is yet. Shaki saying, I had a moment that was the exact same as last year for me, and it was like that saying of if I had a, and I can't wait to read the rest. That full moon was, yeah, I know, that full moon felt like a gift because it kind of just like, I'm not sure, Harm, if you're on my newsletter, but I sent out a newsletter and I have a full video on that full moon. I'm not sure if you saw that, but I went over it and I was like, this full moon is actually kind of a gift. Yeah. If I had a nickel for every time this happened, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't much, but weird. Yeah. And that actually makes me think of a quote from The Alchemist. It's like, if something happens once, it won't happen again. But if something happens twice, it'll definitely happen a third time. Interesting. So, for sure. Yeah, my newsletter is like the best way to stay in contact. I send out an email. Whoa! A forever rose. Wow, thank you. Oh God, I'm gonna have to let this dog out because this is brutal. I think it's on me also because I let him have some of my food because I didn't finish it. So I think it's on me for that. Oh, okay. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna die if I don't like let them out. They're gonna hate. I can't though. It's like 105 degrees. Okay, it's fine. We'll just dissociate a little bit. I'm gonna be a mouth breather for a second, guys. This opposition to Pluto is granting us, now that Mercury's going to go direct, it's going to give us some clarity on that sort of like higher vision that's been coming through, because with Pluto in Aquarius, it's been having us rehash like what are your actual dreams and like sort of bigger picture dreams in what's going to be best for society as a whole. Like it's really powerful. Additionally, my favorite thing that is happening, let me change this to hours. Bump, 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 bump. We're watching for Venus here to move to 14 degrees. Yes. Hiccups. So, light a candle. I don't own any candles. I do have incense. That's probably not a bad idea. Let's do that. Okay. Shout out to Shaki for that. Let me be right back. Okay. Shout out to the altar. And I have Palo Santo too. We got stuff. We got stuff here. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. Palo Santo in front of my fan. fire, cleansing, cleansed. So also on Monday, we're having probably one of the best transits of this year, in my opinion. And I'll let you know on this. My opinion's biased. I natally have Venus and Jupiter conjunct in my chart, and this is actually trining my Venus and Jupiter in Pisces. So I'm not gonna lie, this transit's like, I've been looking forward to this transit since I wrote it on my personal calendar. Okay. Whew. Yeah, cleanse time for sure. So happening, this is later in the evening. You can see at the bottom here we have Venus, which is this female looking sign, and then Jupiter, which looks like the number 4 if you've never seen what they look like. They're in Cancer at 14 degrees. Jupiter is what's the word, not exalted, but another word. There's another astrology term that just basically means that Jupiter in Cancer is really cool. There's a specific word, and I'm blanking on it because that's how my brain's been with this Mercury retrograde. So if anybody remembers, cool, let me know. But this, with everything that's been happening astrologically, this is kind of like a breath of fresh air. Okay, there's a couple things that I want to say about this Venus and Jupiter conjunct. This is a beautiful time for like deep heart nurturing, for expansion of the heart. I basically can tell you from lived experience what this is like because I have this natally in my chart. This is like love on drugs, love on ecstasy. I don't think I can say that on these platforms, but you know what I'm saying? It's big love, big love. Depending on where this is falling in your natal chart, it'll affect that area of life. Like for me, it's in the 11th house, which is all about community, friendships. It'll touch your chart personally. If you don't have anything that's like this is directly connecting to, it's not going to be like big energy. This is a good day to like nurture yourself, pamper yourself. This is a great day to really like do some heart-based like meditations and practices and like getting in touch with your heart, because it's like the magic of like allowing love to unfold within you. How do you know where it is in your chart? Look at your chart. This is gonna be some work. And find the Cancer symbol. I know which house it's in for you, but I'm gonna see if you can figure it out. As a teacher, I'm quizzing you. I already pulled your chart up in my head. Yes, harm. Jupiter conjunct Venus is that baby making energy. Definitely can be. Definitely can be. It's some things that I feel with this, I mean, especially because it's in Cancer, which is all about the womb and nurturing and motherhood. Yes, Colleen, yes, you got it. I'm so proud of you. So this can be a day where you receive clarity now that Mercury goes direct and your heart is more open. It's like a level of safety. It's like a safety, like I see your heart in a nest is sort of this energy. Jupiter's able to, and now my ear's ringing. Jupiter's able to like hold Venus in this like beautiful like worshiping energy of like, yes, be all of you, like, yes, more love. And it's expanding in this way that whatever energy and focused intent that happens on this day is like a seed of intention that's planted. Whether it's an actual seed of intention planted, if you catch my drift, or energetically, right? So this is also a beautiful day for actually the last time like Venus and Jupiter were in a harmonious connection. I had the best shopping day of my life. So like you can actually go and utilize this energy. Like this would be really good for like self-care, going and getting a massage, having a beautiful bath, and like really it's like this is moving, it's opening the heart, this transit. I look for Cancer in your chart, Cancer. So that's going to be this little symbol down here. And I know you can't see me drawing on the screen. So look for Cancer in your chart. And that's where you will find where this is transiting for you. And then whichever house it's in, that's the area of life that's going to be affected. The day of this transit, that's going to be tomorrow. So this is Monday the 11th. And it's going to be happening later in the evening. Something that's really cool that you can notice right now is... if you wake up early in the morning, you can see Jupiter and Venus together rising before the sun. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. I've been having some early mornings because I've been watching my mom's dogs, and they like to get up at unruly times to go pee, which is, I get it, they're dogs, but yeah, it's sweet. Yeah, if you have early morning shifts or anything like that, like definitely look to the horizon. You'll see them together. Yeah, and Harmony said, this is so tender. I love this. Yes, it is such a tender transit. And like, again, I'm a have selfish mode. I'm super excited for me because it's, again, aspecting my own Venus and Jupiter conjunct within my chart in Pisces. Good energy. So, oh, this drink is fire. So we don't have a lot of other transits, big transits happening this week, which feels nice. It's kind of like simmering things down. The next transit that we will be having, also on this day, we do have Saturn and Uranus sextile, which actually I believe is going to be the first sextile that we're experiencing with Uranus in Gemini. Maybe. Actually, I think it's touching back. No, it is the first time. So Monday, Saturn and Uranus will have this sextile. We'll be feeling Neptune sextiling it a little bit later. But the fact that Uranus or Saturn and Neptune are so close, I still kind of have been combining those transits together just because that's kind of how it's feeling. They're working in tandem because they're in close conjunction. So Saturn and Neptune, I feel like a broken record saying this, but I know I have some new people that are in the chat here on TikTok, and Saturn and Neptune in Aries have been really up leveling us within our belief systems. I say belief systems because Neptune represents our spirituality, our deeper inner knowing. It's like that heart, it's the higher octave of Venus, so it's a really heart-based, deep mysticism, magical belief energy. And then we have Saturn, which is all about our structures and our discipline, all in the sign of Aries, and that brings in our identity. Our whole identity within our beliefs have been freaking thrown through the ringer. I know personal experiences that my community have been going through, myself included. It's a lot, this energy. And so with them retrograding, we're getting the opportunity to kind of look a little bit closer, dive a little bit deeper into like the why, and understanding the threads of why our beliefs were a certain way to begin with, where they came from, and we're getting the opportunity to kind of like clear those things up. I kind of see it as like we're weeding things out of the garden, like this is not working anymore, or like this isn't going to bear fruit, so I'm going to pull this out, like this is not for me. Saturn and Neptune sextiling Uranus is a beautiful energy flow that's opening us up to more opportunity for those downloads to come in. Again, with Uranus and Gemini right now, lots of things, lots of higher chakra madness, beauty, downloads. It can be intense. So I'm excited though. It is good energy. This is also going to be happening on the 11th. Now, jumping ahead, let's go ahead and go a day ahead, and I believe, if I am correct, clicking around. We do have Mercury is going to be oh, who did I click on? Pluto? Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Sometimes I forget how to use this platform. On the 14th, Mercury is going to be at 5 degrees, so slowly going forward, slowly but surely. Thanks for the follow, Harm. I appreciate it. Moving forward, Mercury is... Oomst. Mercury is going to be sextiling Mars. So we have Mars at 5 degrees of Libra. And so the thing is right now is, since Mercury just went direct, Mercury's going to actually be moving slower than Mars, which is really weird because Mercury's a quick little guy. So we're going to be feeling, as Mercury goes direct, we're going to kind of have like a rebound moment because, just for example, let's watch here. We'll go ahead and Mercury goes to 6 degrees, and then like you can see that they're literally moving in tandem with each other. They're moving at like the same pace. So we're going to be feeling this for a bit. Yeah, look at this. And then eventually Mercury starts skyrocketing and moving forward. So that's just an example. So we're going to be feeling this sextile between Mercury and Mars for about 5-6 days, which is really beautiful. So the sextile brings in a positive energy flow between Mars, our will, our drive to get things done, Mercury, our communication, Mars, again, to preface, I shared this in last week's stream. Mars within Libra is a little very interesting energy because Mars is in detriment here. Detriment? Yeah. And so he's not really comfortable here. He's kind of like, what? You mean I can't go fight the battle? I have to talk about the battle? I have to like be around people? For those of you, I used the same analogy last week, but it's like, it's this energy of, there's a specific word within, what is it? Yeah, Mars is not diplomatic at all. No, Mars is like, it's like taking a warrior, shucking them out of their like armor, and then putting them in like court clothes, and then saying, okay, now go talk about the war. Like go, it's like making them into a car salesman. A little suit. Yeah, literally. And he's just there like, and it makes me think of, for those of you, if you've read Throne of Glass, oh, what is this? What is happening? Why is there a dog on my face? Thanks. That is, I'm not used to TikTok streaming at all. I'm like, what is this? Thank you, Derek. I appreciate that. If you've read Throne of Glass, there's like one part where Kael is like, he can no longer be fighting for a specific reason. I'm not going to give spoilers or anything, but he has to go travel and be like a diplomat for his country after being like the head of the guard. And it gives me this energy of like having to go to different surrounding neighboring kingdoms and like see like, hey, do you actually have the thing that I need? So you have to actually like, this Mercury sextile Mars is actually giving us the energy to actually ask for what we need, which is beautiful. Giving someone Red Bull and telling them to do nothing. Words are war. Yeah, I love that thought, Derek. Yeah, it's like, but you know, what is, there's this thing that Mercury, or not Mercury, Mars and Libra does where they can tend to be all talk, no action. So they talk up like a big game, but then it's like, where's the action? So, dude, Tasia, yeah, you have to read Throne of Glass. It's literally my favorite book. Best series that Sarah J. Maas has written. ACOTAR had Child's Play. Throne of Glass changed my life. Welcome, Ramen. So this week is kind of recalibrating us. I'm glad you agree, Mary. Yes, thank you. It's recalibrating us. We've been kind of in a weird space for the last 3 weeks with Mercury retrograde. And also Mars being in Virgo was like this weird, like, not weird, but it definitely had this like very analytical energy. And then when Mercury went retrograde, it kind of put Mars in this position that like wasn't effective at all. It was kind of just like overthinking instead of like taking action on things. So it's going to be so nice having Mercury direct and moving forward. And then guys, y'all, we're going to have 2 new moons in Virgo. And then the first new moon is setting us up, and then the second new moon is going to be an eclipse. We're about to enter eclipse season in September. So definitely stay tuned with my stream because we'll be diving into it. Yeah, eclipse season's here. Eclipse season's upon us. I'm going to make a... thank you, Derek. I'm going to be making a eclipse survival guide. So definitely stay tuned to my newsletter because anybody who's on my newsletter, they get access to what I'm creating first. But, oh, natal Virgo moon, salute, friend, you've got this. Virgo rising here. Yeah, so the stomach ache is normal. Oh my God. I feel for my natal Virgo moons. Y'all definitely have that, like, my moon's in the 6th house though, so I definitely know what you guys are talking about. I have that same experience of like nausea and food just not ever sitting right ever. It's almost like your mind and body are connected. Wild. So recap of the transits this week. On Monday, Mercury is going to be going direct. Yippee. We will have that post-shadow period. Yes, fasting. Amen. Later in the evening on Monday, Saturn will sextile Uranus. So Saturn and Neptune will be creating that sextile to Uranus. And again, when I'm talking about these transits, preface. These are all... When I'm saying these dates, it's the peak of this energy. So some of these things I've been talking about, you might be feeling them as they come up. As we get closer, it's kind of like the full moon, like coming to peak and then waning. So all transits are like that. There's a peak and then, you know, like it builds, it peaks, and then it ebbs, right? So I always like to remind you guys of this. So you might be feeling some of these things, before the exact days that I'm talking about, okay? Then we have Venus conjunct Jupiter later in the evening on Monday, and then Thursday, Mercury and Mars will have that sextile for a while, okay? Which is super awesome. And then just a heads up for everybody who's watching and hanging out, I will not be live next weekend. Sorry. I'm going to be visiting my boyfriend, so I will not be live, but I will have a recording. So my YouTube channel, I will be posting a transit video there, and my newsletter will still be going out, so I'll have that pre-recorded so you guys can have it the same day, same time when this drops. Thank you, Amanda. I think that's just you, Amanda. Yeah, I'm very, very excited. We're gonna have a great time. It'll be a party, or we just won't party and we'll just hang out the whole time. I'm not much of a partier. Do I give party vibes? I don't feel like I give party vibes. I try. But yeah, this is gonna be a good week. Thank you, Derek. Meerkat's funny. She's gonna go visit her boyfriend. Okay, jumping back here for you guys on TikTok, and we'll jump here for Twitch. Thank you for all the support, y'all. I'll be making a new moon video also to talk about this new moon in Virgo, and then I do want to like really dive into the eclipses. That's so true, Tasia. We did get down at the Ren Fair party. Yeah. I do party. I like good music. I love dancing. I love to dance. Dancing's one of my favorite things. You deserve it, queen. You work hard. Thank you. I do. I need a break. But I'll have everything set up, and I have so much gratitude for the community that's coming together here. Like, my heart has been desiring building this for so long, and it's kind of related to my last message that I shared on my TikTok, where it's like, just do the thing, like, you know. And I'm now in future me telling past me, do the thing, you know. And so following that path forward is, you know, we kind of get stuck in our head instead of doing the thing. And that's kind of been the energy of this last week, is like all the fears, all those limiting beliefs have been coming to the surface, so we can really clear it out and start from ground zero. Like, it really is this sort of ground zero energy that we've been in. And now that, like, again, Venus and Jupiter coming together, we're gonna have the opportunity to plant such a nurturing heart-based seed that will form through the next months, and like really something. Ooh, I just got chills thinking about this. The thing about Jupiter being in Cancer, it's being ruled by the moon right now. So our lunar transits that we're going through have really big impact until Jupiter moves into Leo next year. So really hone in onto these lunar cycles. So when I share those videos on the new moons and full moons, like, it's almost like they have like an extra kick to them. So just reminding you guys of that. I feel like I've shared that somewhere. At this point, I don't know. I just be talking online, and I'm like, I think I shared it with you guys. Don't know if I did. Didn't I? So a little spice, yes. Before I end the stream, because it is 5 o'clock and it is 104 degrees and it's actually getting toasty. If you guys couldn't tell,